Hi guys, it's the Blessed family back again. Yes, we're Mr. and Mrs. Mobangizi.
Yes.
Yeah, but we prefer to be called the Blessed family. So the last time we ended with when I'd gone to see my husband's parents, and we had discussed about our wedding dates. For us, we are ready to go.
Without even.
Yeah, but then things didn't go as we had expected. But still, we didn't give up, or we didn't lose hope, because they asked us when we wanted to settle, and first we were ready with our dates, But then we got so disappointed that for them they were not ready, and they told us to push this thing for how long?
A year.
Yeah, to push it for a year.
A year or two, because apparently
we haven't been seeing each other in a while.
Yeah.
Like, the relationship we have is video call. So for them, they saw it wasn't right. How is this marriage going to what?
Yeah, we started online. Remember that.
To work out. But then for us, we were very ready and determined. We knew what we wanted, We also obeyed, and we went with what they had told us to do. We waited for the year to end. The year ended, and my husband had to travel back with the family. Whenever you guys used to come, you used to spend how long? Not even
maximum a month, or even
maximum
3
a
weeks.
month. But I could see him like
They would put a lot.
Islam.
They would put a lot of events so that
we cannot be able to meet each other. I kept seeing my husband once.
Maybe
let me
once or
say twice in that month that they're this side. And I'll be okay with it. I have nothing to do. I mean, they told us to take a break and we get to know each other. But then we're not given an opportunity to know each other. It's like they were tearing us apart. But as the Lord's will always be, we didn't give up on each other. We stayed together. We kept our communication as usual.
Even though it was tough.
Yeah, WhatsApp videos always.
Even one point she was like, I don't want to talk.
Yes, I reached that point because I was really tired. Yeah, I was tired of waiting. I was tired of building this relationship, because it was really, I don't know, but it was frustrating. Yeah, that's the word I could use.
And when she's frustrated, I am also frustrated. But she was like, it is for you, it is okay, you are there with your family. Me, I'm here alone.
Yeah, of course, in Kampala, I'm alone here. In Kampala, I'm alone. My family is in Kampala. I just came in Kampala to work. Yeah. So I'm not a person who goes out for parties. Friends, I have few, and I don't do visits. So definitely I used to be alone. My life is home, work, church, home, work, church. So that was my life. I didn't have people that I could surround myself with. So we waited, yeah, and that year got to collapse. We set another date.
Yeah, the first dates were in October of 2023.
Yes.
Those ones, they found out.
Actually, we didn't tell them we were doing all our things, because we knew they're not going to support it.
Actually, yes. October of 2022 was our first date.
Yes.
Of the Kucha. And then, when we left, after the issue started, we planned for February of 2023.
Yes. That was tough. Because that was in October of 2022. Actually, when was the Kuchala?
Yeah, actually, the Kuchala was supposed to be in
July.
July, but then we pushed it to August. And that one.
Even the Kuchala, we told them. And they're like, you see,
We're not ready.
Yeah.
We're not ready. We
have
don't know
very
the
many
culture.
exactly.
We have so many programs that I'm like, okay. So let us
Meanwhile,
plan.
all those things are being told or are being said to me. My family is preparing. My family has put in money for these things to happen. I have grown up with a single mother. And I believe you who have grown up with single parents, I have worked for my money. I have spent it. I have put it in all those, the gomeses, the girls decorating their home and all that. And then your parents did not tell you no. I was like seriously? Because I was the first person getting married at our home. Yes. And my mom was very excited and very happy. And my other aunties, they were really happy. So I said, this thing is not going to go like this. I kept on pushing. I think I am the giver of magazine. The
Yeah.
giver of wisdom. So I tell my husband, let's plan this and this and that. We planned. My husband came for the Kuchala. But before that, we had spoken with our spiritual father. I had spoken with my spiritual father. I told him everything that had happened. And I told him the guy wants to come home, but his parents have refused him to come and all that. What should we do? Should I call off the Kuchala or I let him come? Because I really don't want issues with his family. And my spiritual father said, just let him come if he wants to come. That one alone was my giver of hope. I woke up, my friends had surrounded me by then. They came at home and they're like, Masa, what's going on? We don't know what's happening and all that. So they came to comfort me. Now I'm this one person who's very strong. I remember that time my husband called me and he's like, so now what's the plan? I'm like, first deal with your family. Don't call me if you haven't dealt with your family first of all. But then when I called,
I tried.
Yeah, he tried, Bambi. He did everything possible. But a family that is influenced. So we plan, and I think the Kuchala was the next week. The very day the Kuchala was supposed to take place, it did not take place.
Yeah, it was
So-
2 weeks after.
Yeah, so we planned other days. Because honestly, this thing couldn't just go like that. It's not I'm earning a lot of money. I am getting a very little income. And I could not let everything go to waste just like that. So I tell my husband, we plan, and then he sneaks and he comes to
It
Tororo.
was a sneaky plan.
He sneaks and he comes to Tororo.
I told my parents that I was going to work. I was called to work, but I was actually not called to work on my day off. Because actually that time I was working at Mr. Hotel for a small internship. So they put me to work. I was there, and my day off was a Saturday. So we said, okay, we can plan and say, okay, let us say that they've told me to come in
And work.
on my day off, and they'll give me the next day off as compensation for not being open on that day. So the driver drops me off at work. I let him go so he does not see me, and then I jumped on a boda.
But I can imagine, did you sit on that border?
Guys, I don't know how to sit on a boda. I confess. I don't know.
Did you fall?
No, I did not fall, but so I packed my kanzu in my bag, and I put on my work clothes. And so when I got to work, I waited for the driver to go so he does not see me. I called
Mind you, they used
boda.
to put security on him. because they knew there is a girl behind who's not easy at all.
So I called the border and I linked up with the people I was traveling with who were going to represent for me. Mind you, because I didn't have anyone.
Yeah, the family
could.
refused to support.
Yeah.
They refused to come. But we said it is okay. Whether you are there or you're not there, Dakchana will do what? We'll go on.
So I met these people, and we drove.
Yeah, they came to Tororo. Takuchala happened. Though it was late for them, and then we had to travel again back.
That same night.
That very night. Sneaking. But we were very determined. We were very determined, my friends, to get married. Whether the devil wanted it or not, for us, we are ready. We didn't care what would come our way or how it was going to end up. The thing was, we have to get married. So the Kuchala got done in 2022, 2023.
In 2022.
So we set the dates for
Feb.
For the wedding and the introduction in Feb 2023.
Yes.
And they also got to find out about it, and they
they found out about the wedding.
Actually, I think you told them. This time around you told them, because I told my husband I don't have any issues with his family. I want everything to be clear.
Yes.
So that they know whether they support us or not, it is okay.
We had started wedding plans and all that.
Yes.
And my uncle had ended up finding out.
Yes.
And so I said, okay, I just confessed and said, yes, this thing is happening.
But still,
they did everything
possible not for all the functions not to happen. And they succeeded.
They took my passports. They seized all my passports. And they seized my phones as well.
So that we do not communicate. They even prayed for us to break up. Why do we share these things? It's to just encourage people out there. Yeah, I know when you're getting married, it's always not easy. And when you're getting married into a family that has it all, and you are a nobody, it will always be a different case. They will always see you a girl to be a thief. You're coming to steal in that family. Yeah, that's not it. At the end of the day, one thing I've learned, or they have always taught me, marriage is between the two people.
Not the family.
It wasn't that I was coming in my husband's family to take what they have worked for. I am a very hardworking person. I don't even need someone to tell me about that. I am very hardworking, And I am this one girl who knows that if you're to go out and work, you can get whatever you want. And I loved my husband for who he was. My husband wasn't working by then. And I was still okay with it. Because me, myself, I was working. So I didn't see any issue to why they had to stop everything.
In fact, actually, that was the main
because
issue.
This time round in this preparations of 2023, it was really tough, to a point that they sent me threatening messages and sending people towards me. You get it? To stay away from their son, which wasn't right.
But she's influencing me, she's manipulating me.
At the end of the day, I didn't go for my husband. I didn't go for their son, who is my husband now. He came for me. But these things, why we share them, is to encourage ladies out there. Don't lose hope. If God has showed you that that's the person you're supposed to be with,
fight for it.
Fight for that love. Fight for that love, because at the end of that day, love will always win. I don't know how. You might go through all these threats, all the words they want to call you. Go through all of them. But at the end of the day, if you know that what you're fighting for is worth it, and it's what both of you want, fight for it and go for it.
And the problem is they didn't even believe that we were meant to be together. We know
Because,
that God brought us together.
Yeah.
And I kept on mentioning it to them, through these visions and dreams, but they did not understand at all. They thought I was lying. They thought I was making things up just for.
But it's okay. We understand that because
Yes.
my husband's family is a Catholic. It's a staunch Catholic, and me, I'm a Christian. Should I say that? And my husband was adopting to what I believe in.
Well, you prayed so hard, and God.
But actually, I will say, whatever I prayed for,
it happened.
it happened, and I am testing of the things I prayed for. I prayed for this man. My husband wasn't a Christian. He wasn't. He didn't know things of God. He didn't know how to speak in tongues. But right now, he's a very good man of God. I can testify to that. Anyway, back to the story. So they stepped in. People called me. My husband's father sent me messages. They sued us. But we did not stop. They took away my husband's phones. I will say they lied to you. Because they told my husband, they told you that if we are not to talk for...
Yes, if we were not to talk for a year and she's still there, she would wait for me. If she loves me, she'll wait for me for a year. If she doesn't love me, she would already have disappeared.
So they cut all the communications we had. Mind you, my husband wasn't in this country. He was miles away from Uganda. And I was like, now God, what should I do? I reached a point of giving up. But I kept, I don't know, there's no God does his things. He reminded me of how far I've come with my husband, what we have passed through. This was also another challenge that we could pass through. I get back on my knees. I pray like never before. I fast like never before. I go to prayer mountains. You people.
Overnights.
Love can mean to make you something else. I prayed. I called my husband's phones, but they used not to be on.
So what I used to do, I used to get the home phone
to call me.
To call her. Man, I used to rack up the bills. Because calling an international number,
it's expensive.
It is very expensive. And I used to rack up the bills, like it was in thousands of dollars. And I was...
What love does.
Yes, indeed. But in my mind, I was like, I don't really care. I am talking to my woman.
But then they discovered that he was calling me.
And then again, they went after you.
And they blocked all the things he would use to call me.
Laptop, iPad, all my phones.
Anything that communicates.
They even took the home phone. And then in the moment, and they were telling me, okay, now this is the period. Now that you're off your phone, you should now start looking for jobs. I'm like, okay, madam. So how am I supposed to look for jobs if you've taken away my laptop?
And how will the people who are going to employ you contact you?
Exactly. And then now if I go out to go look for a job physically, what if you need to call me and wonder where I am?
So things were really hard. We lost communication. We lost everything, but at least we had a bond that we shared that kept us together and kept us going. Yeah. We could take all those days without talking, but at the end of the day, I knew he was thinking about me, and I was also thinking about him.
I would call like once a week, no?
Yeah.
The times when whenever my mother so my mother would work like 3 days a week at home and then 2 days in the office. So I always thanked the days that she was away at
that's
work.
when he could
That's
call.
when I would call, because I would be free. No one would disturb me from like using the phone.
Yeah, so the wedding didn't happen in Feb. The introduction didn't happen in Feb.
But I got a job.
Yeah, he got a job.
A small job, but it wasn't like a long-term job. And I was working, but just for a few months. And then, of course, I lost it. I don't know what happened, but something happened.
Yeah, so
We don't really want to go into those details,
exactly.
but
For now-
something happened.
Yeah, for now, let's stop here. We are going to continue with part 5. I think it will be the last session, the
Yeah.
last video vid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please, if you watch this video, like, share, subscribe.
And guys, be strong.
Yes, and believe in what you're fighting for.
Yes.
Don't give up.
Because God is
For
on
us, we
your
had
side.
no room of giving up. That's the motto we had put for ourselves.
Never
Whenever
give
I
up.
feel like giving up, my husband would bring that kamut and I'm like, but at the end of that, at the end of the day, I had to stand strong for him and also myself, because my husband was a weak person.
But I told her I was trying. I told her constantly I was trying over and over and
Okay,
over
let's
again.
continue from here. Thank you for watching.
That's a snippet.
It's the Blessed Family.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.